Iraq at Joint Station Azzizziyah. Is it my saying right?
Azzizziyah.
Azzizziyah. Okay. I'm here with First Lieutenant Falk. Sir, would you please give me your full name, first name, middle initial, and last name, and spell it for me, please, sir?
Sayce W. Falk, S-A-Y-C-E-W-F-A-L-K.
Okay. And two, could you give me the unit you're with up to the division, please?
Lima Company, 3rd Battalion, 7th Marines, 1st Marine Division.
Okay. And could you briefly just give us the time periods we're going to cover today? We're covering what I've been calling OF 4, Operational Record Freedom 4.
That'd probably be April 28th to November 15th, 2007.
Okay. And the person interviewing is Douglas Halapaska. I've been leaving that out this whole time. Okay, sir. What I'm doing here is I'm wanting to understand the operations that are taking place here and with Lima Company, the 7th Marines deployment to Iraq. I understand this is the 4th deployment, and this is your first, sir?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Oh, well, before we start, I guess, could I get just a brief background, where you're born, education and whatnot?
I was born in West Seattle, moved to Philadelphia when I was young. Grew up there, spent my entire school life there. Went to Cornell University, it's in upstate New York. Graduated from there with an economics degree. Week after that, down in Quantico, Virginia for OCS, TBS, IOC, and 29 Palms. Okay,
29 Palms, that's in California, and that's Marine Corps Air Ground Combat Center?
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And when did you arrive at 29 Palms?
July of 06. July of 06, yeah.
July of 06. And when did y'all deploy, sir?
We deployed in April of 07.
Okay. I guess what I'm wanting to get here is I understand that in Iraq now, as opposed to the other deployments that the company was in, you all now formed these augmentation teams. Could you kind of explain to me what the reason for that was, and were you actually mimicking another model from another war?
Augmentation teams were designed as, when we got here, we found a very different environment than anything we'd ever encountered before. Like, we weren't prepared for a non-kinetic fight, and we quickly realized that it wasn't the Marines who had won this thing. It wasn't the Marines who had turned it around. It was the people who had changed everything for us, and from them had come the IPs, Iraqi police, who stood up and kicked the terrorists out of this place. As a result of that, we identified them early on as the main effort, as who we needed to support, who we needed to, we called it consolidate, organize, and professionalize, COP, that we needed to support in order to win in Ramadi. As a result, we went with this model that we called augmentation teams, anywhere between 10 and 12 Marines living at a JSS, Joint Security Station, with anywhere from 100 to 150 IPs. And the design of that augmentation team for everyone except the officer is to train and support the IPs in what they were doing. In addition to that, we also had the responsibility for maintaining our AO, improving the civilian atmosphere.
AO, sir?
Area of operations.
Yes, sir.
Maintaining our area of operations, improving the local national atmospherics there. Basically at a at a squad level, doing what a company would normally do in terms of responsible for a base, responsible for force protection, logistics, intelligence, administration for Marines and for the IPs, for the security of the base and of the AO, the area of operations of the people, and for improving the daily life. Because, like I said, we identified the people early on as a critical vehicle for our success. If we didn't keep them on our side, it was not. Whatever else we did, if they weren't with us, we weren't going to succeed. If they were with us, almost whatever else we did, we would succeed as a result. So we set these teams up.
And these teams, the whole augmentation team concept, that wasn't something that you came to Iraq and was already in place. This is something that
no, it was entirely new. We got here, the old unit. They had a couple.
Well, what unit was that? They were
1-6.
1-6, sir?
Yeah,
okay.
1st Battalion, 6 Marines. through no fault of their own, they had gone through 5 or 6 months of kinetic fighting, and so they were just getting into this. Oh, it's quiet now. It's the city has turned around, and in that sense, we had our RIP was perfectly timed in that 1-6.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir.
Our relief in place.
Okay.
Our changeover with them was very well coordinated with the change in atmospherics in the city. They had just swept through the entire city. The Alwani tribe, the IP.